A big round of applause. Come on, chat time. All right. Okay, everyone will get a chat time, right? So don't go home without it, right? We're gonna give our VIPs first. Something to wet the taste, you know, lighten the mood a little bit. Thank you very much, chat time, for being so remarkably generous. We all love our chat time as well, right? Okay, they have a very tough task to do, right? You're going to serve about 150 packs of us, right? And every one of you all will get your chat time eventually, right? Just bear with them, right? And as they're going to serve everyone. You're going to serve everyone, right? All of you serve, right? Okay, be patient, all right? Okay, you will get your chat time. Meanwhile, VIPs, you can enjoy your drink as we go along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, allow me to just introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, allow me to just introduce you some very important people here in our midst today. As you can see, everybody here at the front are all VIPs. Allow me, of course, to use one by one personally. And I'm going to start right down in the middle, okay? A big shout out, of course, none other than to our chairman of the Malaysian Fashion Week, Dato' Nancy Yo. Big round of applause. Alright? We're going to introduce one by one to the right of Dato' Nancy, and we will, of course, we have none other than Dato' Ahmad, the Senior Director of Ministry of Tourism. Welcome, Dato' Ahmad. Of course, none other local designer and also another local fashion icon, co-chairman of MFW, Born Zainal. We have from Mode Style, Mahadi Awam as well. And this year we have something extra. We have Malaysia Fashion Week United States, represented by Nur Sham. Yes, Nur Sham? Yeah, we're going to United States very soon. Okay, that's what Nancy will share more with you later. And of course, none other cut above, Datin Winnie Lu. And of course from Lulu, Datin made in Yom as well. Datin, thank you very much. We want to move to the left of Dato' Nancy, where she is right now. Of course, we want to welcome Mr. Deva, the General Manager of UM Sunrise on Retail and Assets Management. Thank you, Mr. Deva. We also want to welcome Rasta Rashid, Vice President of the Malaysian Business Design Association. We have Mustafa Kamal from DBKL as well. Welcome, Mustafa. Sira from Maiko. Alright. We have Zoe from Athrapi. And of course, we have Joanna Chi from GVE as well. Alright, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you for joining us here at the MFW 2018. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that it was like only baru semalam, like yesterday, that we had MFW 2017. And now, here we are again in Black Box, Publika, alright, and we are having the press con for MFW 2018. Now, just for some of us who may be new to the Malaysian Fashion Week, the Malaysian Fashion Week was birthed a few years ago and is a dedicated trade fashion event organized by a government agency in partnership with the private sector. And its multinational collaborators at an international level as well. The nation's largest lifestyle and fashion trade event is a collaborative effort between National Trade Promotion Agency, Malaysian External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE, and of course, Malaysia's leading lifestyle fashion event organizer, Stylo International. So big round of applause for these two agencies as well. Thank you very much. Now, the objective of Malaysia Fashion Week is to promote the creativeness and showcase Malaysian style and Malaysian talent to the nation and around the world how fashionable Malaysians can be, right? Now, you can't deny, we all here proud to be Malaysians, betul tak? Ni kurang semua ni. Proud to be Malaysians, right? You know, when you go and watch a Grammy Award, you see Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer, what are you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing Jimmy Choo's. Oh, you all feel proud to be Malaysians, right? And I think this is the right platform we can raise a lot of talent to actually show showcase to the world how talented Malaysians can be, right? So therefore, MFW, the stage is set for any Malaysian to shine in their own way and dream the possible, okay? And of course, we aim to model and walk around the runways of Milan and New York, right? Better still, we want to make Malaysia the runway of the global fashion world. Boleh tak? Boleh. We want to make Malaysia the runway of global fashion world. Cannot? Tepuk lah, ayo. Alright, thank you very much. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, to hear more about this, okay, the best person, let's welcome a very passionate lady who certainly needs no introduction, okay, in the area of fashion. The Iron Lady who has been the driving force behind Style International and also the Malaysian Fashion Week. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the founder and CEO of Style International, Dato' Nancy Yeoh.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I need to thank everyone here, but first of all, I need to thank this guy here. This Papa, he's the guy who sponsored the whole place, Publika, without which we won't be here. Thank you. And also without the sponsors, who are our sponsors this year, we have this other gentleman here, tourism, Dr. Amar, Richard Mustafa from DBKL, and we have Invest Selangor, where are they? And also Matre. So therefore, these are very important sponsors. Okay, first and foremost, I need to thank a few people. Very importantly, I need you to know all the models back there. Are you here? Yes, you are here. These are the models for MFW. Yes. Okay. And then we will have a lot of discussion and fun. This year we are going to put together a wonderful art show led by Nico and Zoe. They are bringing the world of art to you. And I'd like you to let me tell you a bit more. And then besides that, we also have a lot of designers coming from BDA, Model Style, and Asian Fashion Inc. And I'd like to welcome a designer from Vietnam. Thank you for coming here just to attend our press conference. The thing is that we are, as you know, our country is a little bit broke at the moment. We need to earn money. We need to earn money, a lot of money, right? So where's the money? The money is in trade, right? So therefore, everything to do with everything is about money. If you do a fashion week without earning money, without earning whatever that makes the world tick, it will not work. So therefore, because of that, we are going over to the United States. We are going to expand our role here using our brand. The biggest brand of Malaysia is Malaysia itself. So therefore, MFW has gone over to the United States with the help of Nosha. She's been living in Miami for the last 30 years. And with her, she came back to attend the Style Fashion Week and also to announce that there will be a Malaysia Fashion Week US. And it will be done very nicely, simply because we are concentrating on three things. Number one, cruisewear. Number two, modern style. Number three, menswear. That's what we do. That's all. And most of all, it will be under the big umbrella of something that's very, very hot, like Miami, like Malaysia, like Singapore. So therefore we know the correlation between Asia and the US is actually Miami. And because of that, I will hand you over to Nosham. He'll tell us where are the big spenders from Latin America and also from the Caribbean.
Thank you very much. I try to keep it very short and simple. I'm actually local from here, and I'm proud to bring everybody from Malaysia to spread to the world about our country. To be honest with you, like Dr. Nancy said, my place in Miami is exactly like Malaysia, and we have a lot of things to offer. Like you said, my mothers, as you know that Malaysia actually, what do you call this, the top in the world right now. There's a lot of big names coming from Malaysia, but we try to nurture more of our designers from Malaysia, to make a name in the United States, to follow up the footsteps of Jimmy Choo. We can do that. I can say that because I lived overseas since I was 21, and for me to look to Malaysia as a foreigner, and I saw that Malaysia have a lot to offer. Resort where, I'm telling you, it's like Miami is the capital of cruise line. Everybody come all over from Caribbean, Latin America, Canada, and everywhere. The biggest spender, the most richest people in the world, the yachts, the cruise, everybody come to Miami. And that's about it, and we love to see you, everybody get ready for Miami.
Thank you. And again, we have to say, because it's MFW, you get the grant, okay? Bakas are here, tell him that you get a grant, okay? So therefore, besides that, I want to hand over also to Bon, yeah? So I hand over to Bon to talk about the rest of the things and also introduce Dr. Amar.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, selamat petang, kawan-kawan. Good evening, orang. Good evening to our guests from Vietnam, the designers, yes. Welcome to Malaysia. And of course, and then good evening to our friend, Dr. Amar, our venue sponsors, yeah. You must take care of him, and the rest of our gang here. Now, just to share with you about Malaysia Fashion Week this year, let's not say change, we are focused more towards trade. Yeah? In fact, like I will say for our meeting now, fashion now, 90% trade, 10% only show. Okay, this is our direction now. Okay, and with that, to support Matre, and even now we have our new friend from tourism to support the Malaysian brand. So we are focusing to that. Apart from that, just a few weeks ago, I was invited by DBKL to discuss on the creative cluster in Kuala Lumpur especially. And we did have a brainstorm between a fashion designer, interior design, architect and so on, which later on when we have KL to be a creative hub. Okay, so later Cik Mustafa will share with you on the plan. But then again, the whole idea for us to be here is to trade. Okay, and for this 19th to 25th November, do come in, do support, do bring all your friends, all your family to come in here. Publika is a nice place. I think all of us have been here last year, know the feeling, the environment, even the energy. And then even some of the booths, even on our side, we do make a lot of sales for that particular week. So again, this year we encourage all of you to do that. Last but not least, support Malaysian brand. Itu kita nak, please buy local brand, or you can buy another brand as well. Yes. Okay. And with that, I would like to pass to Cik Mustafa to explain a bit on the the collaboration between the arts community with fashion and with Kuala Lumpur. Cik Mus, please.
Thank you very much. Bon and I go long way. So anyway, thank you very much you all, and also I'm glad to be part of your Malaysian Fashion Week. Just to clarify, I'm actually the curator, an architect curator helping DBKL to curate an event that we made just at the end of our Cool Design in 2018, where you have 17 design fatalities that actually converge in Kuala Lumpur for 1 month talking about design. It can become people from cartoons, from artists, architecture, interior designers, and fashion. So the idea is, what we want to do is we want to bring and make Kuala Lumpur a creative city. You know, a creative city is where you have the local standard and also the avenue and also the ecosystem that supports creativity, because our young people, the next generation, they are into designs, and how they do their designs actually they just do online, and this is actually where things are. Imagine how architecture, is actually attached with fashion. Would you want your models to be running along, the whole 100 meters of pool that's actually the forefront of the KLCC, and it's actually, how can I say, live casted throughout the whole world, and that's actually a big backdrop there. And not just that, you can go to even Iskandar, you can even go to Kuching, Sarawak. So it's actually showing fashion and architecture that go together. Imagine Victoria's Secret where they can do, how shall I say, 3 CGIs of old buildings in Athens. We have the real thing, not just CGI, we have the real things. Putrajaya is another one. We have the whole 5 kilometers. I can just imagine from the convention center all the way to the PM's office. It's a runway for the whole country. You can have tourists from different states, different countries. So that's actually how, what Bon was saying to say is, the ecosystem will work together. We have friends of arts here. Along the routes is actually how we live. We don't live in one area. We actually go together everywhere. So it's not inside. We are actually surviving in Malaysia as an outside country. That is to say, out in the open sky, in the fresh air. So that's how we should live fashion. And I think that's where we should move forward, because I just came back from Bali. They just had the World Conference on Creative Economy, not just fashion, economy. So imagine that. So it is actually happening, and we should take that as very, very crucial. And we can help you, not just backdrops, you can go inside and outside. Just imagine avatar. So it's just like that. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. We have interesting going on. Yeah? This is starting step up. Our step to go there. Yeah? We have been talking about this, and of course we have Winnie. We have Dato' Ahmad. Dato' Ahmad is basically in charge of the local events. I'm from tourism, and then I would like Dato' Ahmad to share some few words. Thank you. Old friends that I met earlier. We check it out. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you for having this event, and as mentioned to Bon and to audience as well, this is where we are leading to way forward even in the tourism industry. There will be an integrated effort between fashion and destination. This is where the tourism industry will grow together with the fashion, and this is a good platform for the young designers and even the designers that we have today. We are all together in promoting Malaysia as a fashion platform and also destination that need to be visited. So I hope that it will be a success journey for us. Looking forward to work together again with the audience and others. And we might have our music here. Okay, that will be announced soon. Yeah. And we hope that we will work together and we will highlight fashion, and we should be proud that Malaysian brand will be highlighted all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And also, I think you need to know that this year we're doing arts. And we have 2 very interesting curators. The guy on my left, he's called Mito. He's a street artist. With him, he's a bunch of street artists. You know, street art, they make drawings using buildings, and everything that you can imagine. If you imagine what Banksy started with, that's work of people like Mito. He's working with a guy called Cartoon, I think you know him, and they are going to create a fantastic, big backdrop. It will be called 61 Years of Malaysia. It's dissected to 6 decades of street art in the middle of Publika. Come and watch it, how it's going to be made, and within few days you will understand how, what they think, what comprised, what made Malaysia like that. Why is it like that in the last 61 years? That's the way, how they thought, how they think that it will be, that will be like that. So therefore, if you can think of what he's thinking, we don't know. Maybe he would tell us, maybe not. But I think I'd like him to share it with you. And also next to him is Zoe. Zoe brings together 15 artists. The youngest one is 15 years old, is my son. And the oldest one is 70 years old. And one of them is also a royal artist. So more about that, I hand you to Michael.
Hi, good evening everybody. I'm Michael from Graphite Management. I've been curating for a street art exhibition for this Malaysian Fashion Week. This is first time that street art been involved in fashion, so it's kind of exciting for me. As we know that graffiti street art in Malaysia has been based for more than 20 years. I myself as an artist has been doing arts for more than 10 years full time. I've been living with arts, so it's a good chance for us to show our arts, because we know that some of us says that graffiti is a vandalism thing. So for me, graffiti is an art, but vandalism is a human nature lah. People got their nakal punya perasaan kan. So for me, graffiti is an art, vandalism is a human nature. I'll be bring 15 artists like Cartoon. If you don't know Cartoon, is one of the famous graffiti artists in Malaysia. He just come back from France last month. He got an invitation from the mayor there to do the street arts. So I'll be doing a live painting with Cartoon about 61 years of Malaysia. So hopefully all of you guys can come, bring all your friends and family and watch us and come to the exhibition. Thank you.
Hi, good evening everyone. Thank you for coming today. Actually this art show is about like an introduction and opportunity for the emerging artists to the art scene, and also opening doors to passionate artists to express their works through this exhibition. We have 15 selected artists aged from 15 to 70. Okay, so for some of the artists, this is their first time, and some of them their name is more familiar to the art scene. Okay, then for this show, our painting styles are from we can say weird to experimental, and then also there's realistic and detail fine art. Okay, so there are oil painting, mixed media, and then watercolor, ink, and then acrylic work, and then also digital art as well. Okay, through this exhibition, we can see different views of opinions from all the artists as they interpret the 61 years of Malaysia. So I hope you guys can bring all your friends and families to view our paintings, and also how the street artists doing the live painting. Thank you.
So therefore, the white box will be turned over for the runway, right? Last year we used a black box as a runway. So this year we have two studio. The works of art will be displayed in the white and black box, but the white box will be the real runway, okay? And then we do a lot of artwork and probably some of the workshops in the black box also. And then we also have a lot of things happening in the square and also in the boulevard, okay? I think I would like Winnie to say something.
Good evening, everyone. I'm from a cut above. I think I have been a big supporter of Datuk Nancy from day one of her inception, whenever she's been involved from Stylo to the Malaysia Fashion Week. I personally believe it's very important in my kind of industry, hair, makeup, whatever we do, is at the same time, we need fashion to glorify what we do. And with our hair and our techniques of makeup whatsoever, we glorify fashion. This is a very, is actually, whatever we do, we gel to, because beautiful clothes without hair, without the right makeup, I think does not work. So we are so looking forward to this whole collaboration. And I think we journey together and kind of above, no matter how busy, actually we are in a way committed with some other things because Datuk Nancy have been like trying to give us a date and there's like so many excitement going on in town. I don't know, everyone is choosing November. And yes, while this thing goes into, I mean, the big scene, I strongly believe that my team, no matter how, we will squeeze people out of our group to be part of this whole fashion week. And to all the designers, I am personally looking forward to work together with your collaboration and your styling. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, I need 2 words from a very nice lady, and I think I need to listen to Mani.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and the foreign participants and also participations from Malaysia and also the media. Welcome and thank you so much for being here and to share what we have to offer for the whole weekend. Okay, about the modern style, I think modern style has been put into focus for the past few years. Which started actually about 10 years ago. We have been focused on modern style. Modern style is something that I think is rather unique, and it's not only unique and it's been the niche of the fashion retail right now. For example, if you go to big names of fashion retail, streetwear, you can see, say, M&G, even Zara for that matter. You can see they are focusing into modern style as well. Every season, they will have a modern style section. And actually, what I'm wearing right now is actually from Zara, which is actually just a cutie. But it has, it's how you actually, how you put them into a modest way. So, and modern style is not just another section sector of the fashion industry right now, which is brought into fashion, into focus. But it is actually where the money is. It is one of the biggest fashion sector other than men's garment, children's and also ladies, which is luxury brands like you name it, Birkin for example. But modern style has taken the pie, quite a huge portion of the pie, which is they have millions, not millions, billions of money is going around on the fashion. So I hope that this Malaysia Fashion Week will be a good platform for all the participants and the designers from Malaysia, and also if there's any foreign designers from other style. So I wish you all the best, and let's make this a very good platform for us to move further, move forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, before we round down, I think we need to let you know the after party on Sunday night will be on a square. After the party, there will be an after party This year we'll have the awards out in the square, and during this time I'd like to also highlight that Joanna is in charge of party. She's a party queen. There's Joanna there. And yeah, so she will be doing something quite special, and I think you all would like to come, I'm sure. Okay? Thank you, Joanna, for coming on board with us, and thank you all. And yeah, and then I also like to thank Meilin. She's from Style Icon over there, and also Rasta from BDA. So thank you very much for coming.
Alright, thank you very much, Dr. Nancy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. We're going to invite you all to just members of the media and press. If you have any questions, we have a mic that will be going around very shortly. So we open this floor to some questions. Remember, we have 7 days of pure fashion trade, okay? Starting from Monday right to Sunday, and all I can hear is party, right? So that's all we can hear on Sunday, alright? But most importantly is we have 7 days of fantastic opportunities, okay? Fashion brands from overseas and also local will be at this area. So can we open the floor now for any questions? Anyone raise your hands, we'll pass you the mic. Members of the media and press, yeah, we can just pass you the mic wherever you are. Anyone else? Yes, we have one lady at the side. Can we just, sorry, we need you to speak into the mic. Maybe you can mention your name and where you're from, and maybe you want to attention the question to any of our VIPs here, right? Yeah.
Hi, my name is Aisha. I'm from Star Metro.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask any of you.
Anyone? Anyone, okay. Star Metro. Yeah.
And like, the Malaysian Fashion Week has been going on for since 2014, right? So about 4 years. 4 years it's been running. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see the Malaysian fashion industry in another 10 years?
Okay, the question from the young lady is, Malaysian Fashion Week has been around for 4 years. Where do you see Malaysian Fashion Week in the next 10 years?
Oh, Malaysian fashion or fashion in general?
In general.
Malaysian fashion. Okay.
In general, Malaysian fashion in general.
Well, I don't know about fashion in general. I know about fashion, but I know what I want for Malaysian fashion. Okay, it's very clear. It's to export. You see, we only have 20 over million people. Even though we can bring a lot of people here, we can't do more than China, for instance. So the exercise is to bring them out to the world. Therefore, all the designers from Malaysia have to export. It's very important. That's why we think, and it's very important because if you think about the name of anyone, everyone always says Jimmy Choo, and whatever. And you think of two names who are big in Malaysia, Jimmy Choo and Michelle Yeoh. But what are they? One is supporting the artwork, the other is supporting the arts. With a brand name, you can go very far. And the only way you can do that is through arts. What is arts? It's art, artwork, fashion. So therefore, if you are a fashion designer here, you can go very big and to become a worldwide name. And that's the only way you can bring glory to a country. You see? So I know, I want to look for the biggest emerging designer. Maybe he's 15 years old today, but I know I need to send out there, to take on the world. That's it, you know. So therefore, we know, in order to bring our name to the forefront, we have to promote Malaysia. That's why I'm going out to the US, and after that, China. I have my second plan was going to China, in Shanghai, and then the rest of the world. But you know, the most market is in China and US. There's no point talking about Paris and all that. First 3 years we did Paris, right? We did Paris. Very difficult, because Paris is not ready for you. You see, you're a Malaysian, you're Asian designer. They are not ready for you. That's why You have to look at where they're ready for you. Who's ready for you? Especially in Miami. Not New York. New York, you're not ready yet. But New York's not ready for us. But we are ready for Miami because Miami is the right place for us. It's cruise wear, modern style, and menswear. That's why I feel if I would pick the whole US, who would I pick? I think Miami. And also in China, I would pick Shanghai. So it's very clear. That's where I'm heading at the moment. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Atok. I hope your question was answered. Next question. Thank you very much. Good question. Anyone? Just raise your hand. We'll pass you the mic. Basically, your name, where you're from, and who you're addressing the question to. All right? Anyone? Just give a couple more minutes. Anyone else? Even exhibitor may want to ask any question, right? Maybe we don't just limit to just the press or media or what. Any one of you all who have some questions on fashion direction of where we're going to as a country? Yeah. Good time to raise. We got plenty of brains to pick on this evening. All right?
Sorry. Okay, guys, just to add up from Datuk Nancy, apart from Miami, Datuk forget Milan, Datuk forget we are planning to bring 10 best men to Milan next year. Yeah, so this is part of our program. So,
all right.
Yeah, who are the 10? Do you have any? Is it more or less fixed or not yet?
Okay, good question, Datuk. Okay, who are the 10? Okay, now, well, of course, where to present? Okay, now, first thing first, when it comes to fashion, talking about trade. First thing first, they must be a fashion designer, okay? And of course, they must be prepared in terms of they must export ready. That is what required by Madrid. Or if you were to work, we're working with Madrid on that. And of course, the company must be Sdn Berhad. Okay, it's a Malaysian company. Why Sdn Berhad? Okay, we are a Malaysian company. We push Sdn Berhad. We pay tax, and from there, the government can support us back. So that's an ecosystem as well. Okay? So when it comes to your question about the selection, we are still doing the selection. It's not easy, yeah. And then of course we find the best that can represent the country, not just about the branding, but in terms of trade as well. But we will announce soon. Yes, thank you.
The other question is, apart from the best designer from Vietnam, where else? Are the international designers coming from? Which other countries?
From China, from Taiwan, from Singapore, Philippines, Africa, and then we have Thailand, and then we have Indonesia, and somewhere from Saudi. Yeah. So it's a very nice MFW, yeah.
And would the models be locals, or are you going to bring in a celebrity model or well-known face?
Well, you wait and see lah. Maybe you. Maybe you.
Just a bit of makeup will do.
Datuk, of course, a model, of course, we're using both. You know, we are balancing local and international. Yeah.
Okay, we take a mic. We have another Jason.
Yes.
My name is Jason. I'm from Miss Malaysia Kebaya. I'm founder and organizer. Just to share a bit, to add Dato' Nancy and so Bonnie. I was in LA in July. That when after having a press conference together with Madrid and also visit Malaysia Tourism. And one thing that I'd like to share and what Nancy said, which is right. Remember, when I was with the delegate of Malaysia Art and Performing in Hollywood, what people describe Malaysia is Malaysia have the talents. We are really talented. So with this talented, a lot of people did not find why we are not in the world map. So when I was having a section with Masala and marketing, I asked him one question. Where are the market in US? Actually, in US is a very big market, as what Dr. Nancy said. Actually, we are very, very competitive. One thing that I would like to share, we can go into what you call this US or Europe or even those first country. They use dollar, they use pound, they use euro, we use ringgit. So we're asking them, if we use Malaysian, for example, in fashion, we use our models, we pay ringgit. We use our photographer, we use our videographer, our designer, everything. So actually, you are very competitive. So what I'm trying to say is, Malaysia can go very far. Its only thing is we lack of the platform, we lack of the support, the promotion. Especially, we have all that matrix, the 46 network. I was glad that I was in LA matrix, and the officers signed up, and one of the, they are very good. Actually, we have all the facilities provided. Only thing is, how are we going to use the facility?
Okay, to answer that question, yeah, we are doing it now. This is why Malaysia is doing it now. And thank you for your feedback. Okay, what we are doing now. Yeah. Okay. Next
Thank you so much, Bon. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Yes, we have one lady right behind. Do you have the rush mic over to young lady behind? On the right hand side. Yeah, right side. Yeah. Last row.
Hi, I'm Pooja, and I'm one of the participant artists. I have one question, anyone can reply. Though art and fashion has very uneasy relationship, so what was the purpose of bringing it together?
Can you repeat again, please?
Yeah, what was the purpose of bringing art and fashion together during this week?
Yeah, Malaysian Fashion Week has got 5 pillars. We have 5 pillars of Malaysian Fashion Week. In there, we have arts, we have got interior design, we have fashion, and we have beauty, and also what do you call what the 5 pillars are? There's interior design, architecture, yes. So there are 5 pillars. Because Malaysian Fashion Week, it cannot be only fashion. Because our fashion designers are very few. So therefore, when we first started this thing called Malaysian Fashion Week, we sat down together with Martrade 5 years ago and decided it would be 5 pillars. So therefore, one of the pillars is going to be art. Art because of architecture, art because of artwork is very important. That's why we now, for this year, we want to concentrate a lot on art for this very special season, and that's why for 7 days, because of art.
All right. Does that answer your question? All right, sure. We have time to take 2 more questions very quickly. Yes, we have one. Can we have the mic?
Yeah. I think yes. You know, and also I remember you brought me to this wonderful place, Miami, right? Oh.
First of all, I should introduce myself properly. I'm actually the founder of Arts Kuala Lumpur, Miami. Arts and fashion is very important. I think probably in Malaysia, people never realize how important it is. Actually, Miami, one of the biggest, as you know, Art Basel, one of the biggest art show in the world. I'll give you a very good example. During Arts Kuala Lumpur, our venue is very small, only about 2,000 square feet. And Art Basel is 100,000 square feet. And the funny thing, a lot of people have to pay a lot of money. And I'm over here, thanks Kak Matri, actually helping me. With the 2,000 square feet, a lot of media pick up our shows, and they put us on the list of Art Basel at my Miami school. And that shows how important is arts into the industry. Art is not just, passionate. Art is money. Art is commodities. You guys have to wake up. There's a lot of money out there. And why? Because fashion designers, all the big players in the world, they buy art. That's what fashion, everything is, need to be working together. Does that make sense? Yeah, sorry.
I don't know. Okay, as an artist myself, I'm not a fashion designer, but I do portraits. I feel that I love writing about fashion, and I think that fashion and arts are something that's really interrelated. Because designers are artists. They're artists in their own right. And you are performing artists, you're wearing decoration. So we are all interrelated. We have to help each other, to move forward. Thank you.
Can I have one? No, this is actually a good question because we don't realize it. For many years, we thought art is art, fashion is fashion, food is food, culinary. Now no more. Everything is collaborative. If you have a good food, but in a bad setting for dining, would you eat there? You won't, right? And you wear nice clothes in a wrong setting. That's bad. So to me, it's actually a good collaboration. That's why a good stage setting. This is a stage, but it's a reality where models run up and down. Even an old warehouse can look $1 million values. And if you just tonight go on fashion TV, you look at the runways that they do. It's simple, but the place that they pick sometimes is actually the most exclusive place. You don't have to be anywhere else, but it's actually right by the waterfront. We do have one by the river. We have also, have you ever been to Iskandar waterfront? It's beautiful. It can challenge the world. So to me, art, architecture, fashion, it all gels together. I call it $1 million combination. That's why you see, who's that art behind that fashion? Who's that, teapot near where that photo is taken? It's very, very crucial, and that's where everything is actually commodity. Correct, it's commodity. It is. Since you talk about Taiwan, right? Taiwan is exquisite in those sort of things because they really take care of the minute things, even though the model is just only wearing black and white. It's the setting around it. They are much better now than Japanese. Thank you.
All right, we have a second last question to me. Yes, your name, where you're from, and question addressed to you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tia. I'm from Publika Designer House from Vietnam. So this is our designer, and we're proud to be one of the biggest brands for kids dresses and suits in Vietnam. So after this, we organized a show in Vietnam too, and we know something about media coverage and press release. So we wonder in this show, how is media coverage for us, for the designer who participate in it?
Media coverage. The examples of media coverage.
Okay, just talking about media, yes, we arrange few medias to come in, even local, international, to cover the event, even some of the slots, Even we do have our official photographer, which we will take picture and to work with interior designers and all that. And plus also we do call some local media TV station and so to support this event.
Okay.
For the publicity,
All right. One last question. Yes. Okay. The lucky one. Can we pass the mic? Oh, two more. Okay, two more questions. Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm one of the finalists for Miss Malaysia Kebaya, and I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity, and I'm really proud of what Dato is doing. My question is that coming from a science background, but also a fashion blogger and influencer myself, what are the themes? I mean, more the question is like, what inspired you to come up with a theme for fashion in Malaysia? And also, coming from like Western fashion background, usually they combine together. It's like maybe this year summer collection will be like more of like floral collection, say per se. So for designers, how do you work hand in hand with other designers to come up with one ultimate design, yet still different and unique from each other? That's one of the questions. And second of all, how do you market fashion, Malaysia Fashion Week, not just for Malaysian obviously, but for other overseas designers as well? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, I think the question is what inspired us, right? Designers, right? Okay, I think is to share, I think, or to on behalf of designers. Even for me, for us, what inspires people, yeah, people around here, right? And then of course, being Malaysia, we don't have fall, winter, spring, summer. We have monsoon and monsoon, okay? But of course, again, like Dato' said, we have to bring Malaysian brand abroad. So designers, again, everything now is a fingertip away. You can just, go to internet, check out what's going on in the world, talk to each other, communicate with each other, and all that. And then this is good, yeah. Okay, now wait. Okay, well, let me come back to the batik thing after this. Because this is what we do now. Now, when it comes to batik and so-called our national heritage material, batik and songket, okay? Now, this is my personal experience, yeah? We've been promoting batik in the songket for the past, I think, since the 60s or 70s. Now, this is where the thing coming in. We've been promoting batik and songket at the wrong place. We've been promoting batik in Paris. It looked nice on runway, but people don't wear it. This is where Miami coming in. This is where tropical country coming in. Okay, this is where even songket. We've been promoting songket as our cendera hati for kotak taruh tisu, or even songket for bags. But what we changed. Nothing Syafa Syawati Adamaya come up with a kimono with songket. I come up with songket with kind of inner jacket with songket. So we have to infuse it, we have to change. This is our direction, okay? And again, yes, our direction is global, international. And then of course, with the help of some agency, even Matre. Again, the whole idea, even batik or even songket, even arti, we even up to Sabah Sarawak, the buah design, we want to market abroad. Yeah, betul? And yes, Miami, and my dream is from Miami, go down to South America. There's big money there. So this was our next step to go next year. Thank you.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, we have to cut short the time a little bit. You can direct questions to any VIPs even after this. But once again, allow me to thank everyone, including the press and media and all the exhibitors here, friends and of course colleagues who have taken the afternoon off to join. Well, from the summary of this, maybe a Malaysian National Fashion Congress is a need, since there's so many dying, burning questions about fashion in Malaysia. So we thank you for all the questions, and we have workshops also arranged during this 7 days program. And meanwhile, to proceed on for this, we're going to invite a photo session for our media friends and so forth. Invite the entire panel of the VIPs to kindly rise. Maybe we just have a step forward for the photographs of all the press and media. Just a photo moment for thank you to all the VIPs. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for all the VIPs here. You can please maybe just step forward. Shall we just step forward over here? Yeah. Just step forward over here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, a photo moment for our press and our media friends as well. With the backdrop of the Malaysian Fashion Week behind as well. Okay, we look forward to a 7-day, exciting 7-day starting next Monday from the 19th to the 25th of November 2018, okay? We start as early as 10 a.m. and we finish at 10 p.m., right? So we have lots of activities in store. So we look forward to see you all there, alright? So for the second photograph, can we have thumbs up from our VIPs, alright? See you there! Okay. Okay.